I am here at Mohawk Falls today with Dr. Dana Bartlett and Britni Haley, and we will be discussing the Dixville Notch Music, Arts, and Crafts Festival. This year, the festival will be held on Saturday, June 19th from 9 to 4 p.m. Before we start the discussion, there will be a Q&A section at the end, so if you have any questions, please be sure to comment them below so we can get to them. All right. Would you please like to introduce yourselves and let us know what you do here at Mohawk Falls?
Sure.
Go ahead, Britni.
Okay. So I'm Britni Haley, and I'm the event coordinator. I do a lot of the planning. That's about it for my introduction.
Yeah, I'm the owner of the property. We built the pavilion 6 years ago, I believe it was, and we've been using this for weddings, and I do all the grounds work with the help of my wife and one other person, and we have this event every year. It's been going on this will be the 5th year now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking forward to it. Yeah.
Great. For people who haven't heard of this event, what is this festival?
The Dixville Notch Music, Art, and Craft Festival is just what it says it is. We love music, and we wanted to have concerts here, and we found that by adding arts and crafts to it, you have a little bit bigger draw and more attention to the music. So that was the whole idea behind starting it. So on the day of the festival, this year we will have approximately 60 vendors, some of which will be inside the pavilion, a lot of the artwork, and then we have people outside under easy up tents as vendors. We also have food vendors, and we have 3 different musical acts that will be playing throughout the day, taking turns. Great. On our gazebo.
Can you tell me a little bit about the history of the event? You touched on the fact that you wanted some live music. Is there anything that you'd want to add?
I love music and art, and although weddings are really the bread and butter of this business, we just thought the venue is sitting here, and it would be a nice addition to it for the public, and for myself, I just enjoy that, and I love seeing people have a good time, and they seem to always have a good time when they come.
Yeah. And there are so many talented people in the area. It's great
Yes.
to have a place to show that off.
Yeah.
So who will be performing music this year?
So we have the music on a stage on the pondside gazebo, and we've been doing a different theme each year. We did singer-songwriters last year, and we're doing it again this year because it went over really well. So we have Jacob Green starting off from 9 to 11. He plays blues music. He's from northeastern Vermont. Then we have James Van Dusen for the middle of the day from 11:30 to 1:30. He does folk music. And Jamie Carey, who's another local artist, playing from 2 to 4. She does multi-genre music from the 50s to today. So yeah, live music all day long. We have some seats set up out there for people to enjoy, and it's free for everyone. So
Great.
yeah.
And what types of arts and crafts will be featured?
Like Dana said, we have about 60 vendors signed up this year, which is well over what we had in previous years, around 40 or so last year. So we have all kinds of different vendors. There's photographers, there's people that make quilts and different sewn items, people that do pottery, woodworking, anything you can think of, painting. We focus on handmade crafts and people that make their own items. So that's one of the criteria to be a vendor. But there's a wide variety this year. It's going to be nice. And they're from all over New England. So
nice.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a lot of fun to see these people and to visit with them. I just wish I had more time to do that, because we, like Britni said, we have them from all over New England, and some of the people from Massachusetts that come up are always amazed at how beautiful it is in the North Country, and it's nice to be able to introduce this area to those people and hopefully have them and their friends come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that last year the festival was postponed and then protocols were put in place due to the pandemic. Will there be any different protocols
Yes.
this year?
This year, because of the way the governor has relaxed things a little bit, and CDC has relaxed the mask wearing, we are going to do it differently. Last year, it was mandatory that everybody wear a mask, and we had to be very careful outside and inside about spacing people. And last year, because people were used to that everywhere they went, we didn't have any problem enforcing that whatsoever. Everybody came with masks. We got all the contact info as they were driving through the gate. And inside the pavilion, we had markings on the floor for spacing, dividers between all of the different vendors, and we had a limited amount of people that we allowed in at any one time inside. Outside, we could relax a little bit more because they were out in the fresh air, but people still were very good about keeping their distance, and everybody had a great time. We had beautiful weather, which helped a lot, and people were anxious to get out. So, but this year, the masks will be, they will be optional for people, which I think is going to make it a lot better. You know, our staff will start with wearing the masks. You know, and things change. It may all come back to more regulation as this moves forward, but as of now, that's what we're planning on doing. We'll still have the markings on the floor for inside, and we'll still have the dividers between the vendors, and outside we'll just space people out enough so that won't be an issue.
Great.
We've got a lot of room.
Yeah. All right, so this is the 5th year of the festival. Is there anything that will make it stand out from previous years?
I think that, like Britni said before, people are anxious to get back to life as usual, and they want to get out and do things. And we found that even last year with the pandemic, that people were anxious to come out, and I was surprised to see how many people showed up. There were about 700 people last year, and I anticipate this year, with everything being relaxed, the regulations being relaxed, that we will see more people. So it's going to be a busy place, I think.
Great.
Very busy.
Yeah. You have anything to add, or?
We're not doing anything in particular for the 5th year this
Okay.
year, but I think it's going to be a big festival with more vendors, so it should be
Yeah.
pretty exciting. Yeah.
So are there draws for people of all ages, families?
Yeah,
kids?
it's very family friendly. We get a lot of families coming, and you know, the vendors are maybe geared more towards the adults, but there are a few in there that are fun for kids too, and the music is fun for families, and the food vendors. So yeah, and the atmosphere is very family friendly.
Yeah, people like to just be outside in a safe place, and they wander all over the property here. So they may be sitting at the gazebo listening to music. They might be sitting on the edge of the pond just eating some of the food from the vendors, or they may be walking over and getting pictures at the waterfall. So they spread out quite a bit. And last year, people stayed for hours. I was surprised. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What are you both specifically looking forward to the most this year?
We have a lot of new vendors that I'm interested in seeing. We have a lot of repeats that come back each year, but every year we get new ones, and there's a lot of really great vendors, so just interested to see what they have to offer this year.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I always like to meet the new people that come as vendors, but also new people that have never been to our venue before. They always like to come and pick my brain, and it's fun. See the smiles on their faces, see people have a good time, and introduce people to the North Country.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Great. Is there anything about the festival that you would like to add? Anything think we talked about it's free admission.
Right.
Any other details that you'd like to add?
So we are seeking more food vendors right now. And any vendors, the arts and crafts are also welcome to sign up by June 5th. That's our deadline. On DixvilleNotchFestival.com, they can find the vendor registration form. We have outdoor vendor spaces still, but the pavilion is full, so.
Yep. And I think the more vendors we have, the bigger the draw will be too. And that's what the goal is, to get this big enough so people will come from far and wide to come see our festival. It develop a reputation as being a good venue for that.
Awesome. So speaking of the venue, can you tell me a little bit more about Mohawk Falls, just in general? What is here that people can see? You said we can wander around a little bit.
Like we said before, the bread and butter of our business is weddings, which involves a lot of planning. So, but what we pride ourselves on is having a very private area for weddings. It's not shared with any other businesses or any other activities during time that people are renting our venue. So when they come down that driveway, the entire property is theirs to enjoy with their guests. And we try to keep it landscaped and nice, and seems that people do enjoy that, and they really have fun taking pictures. And we've got a lot of photo opportunities here, and people enjoy that. And then the pavilion, because it can hold up to 200 people, has been very popular for weddings in this area and large meetings. Concerts we'd like to do, but there's so much of that going on around that it's not a big part of our business. But the weddings, the festivals, and we do have one athletic event that we do here as well. Yep.
All right, so let me see if I can find any questions from the audience. All right, I'm not seeing any. Did you have something to add?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
All right.
No. We thank you very much for coming up
Yeah.
and interviewing us and
Yes, well,
broadcasting
thank
this.
you so much. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and I would especially like to thank you two for inviting me here. I mean, it's so beautiful here, and I am super excited to come to the festival myself, and I hope that all of you would like to come as well. Just before we sign off, where can people find more information about the festival? I'm pretty sure I saw a Facebook event.
Yeah, we have a Facebook event, and the website has most of the information, so it's DixvilleNotchFestival.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if anything changes, that's where they can find the information.
Yes.
And
Yes.
all right. Sounds good. Well, thank you everyone, and have a great day.